Hello dear students, hope you all are doing well. In a previous session, we have discussed about the basic concepts of electrolytes and non-electrolytes. We have seen that some liquids are capable of conducting electric current. So when the current flows or electric current passes through this conducting liquid, there is a chemical change observed in these liquids. This change is called as chemical effect of electric current. In our today's session, we are going to discuss the chemical effect of electric current. So let us understand chemical effects of electric current. As I said, when the electric current passes through any conducting liquid, it causes some chemical reactions in it. This phenomenon is called as chemical effect of electric current. Now, the question in front of us is that how can we observe this chemical effect of electric current? So here are some ways wherein we can get an idea about the chemical changes taking place in the liquid. First, formation of gas bubbles at the electrodes. If any gas is liberated at the ends of the electrode, and we can see the formation of bubble, and we can say that yes, there is some chemical change in that solution. Second, deposition of metal on electrodes. And the third, change in the color of electrodes. Children, chemical effect of electric current is carried or it takes place in an electrolytic cell. So the next slide we would be discussing the structure or apparatus for electrolytic cell under chemical effect of electric current. In the figure, it is depicted that an electrolytic cell comprises of a beaker, electrolyte, and electrodes. These electrodes are then connected to the power supply or to the battery. The electrode, which is connected to the positive terminal and from where the current enters an electrolyte, is called as an anode. And the electrode from where the current leaves the solution is termed as cathode. In the diagram, you can see that the direction of electron is depicted. Children, I would like to make a point over here that the direction of the current or the conventional direction of the current is opposite to the flow of electrons. So children, we can infer that the current or the direction of current is from anode to cathode. Now, I will move to the next slide which explains the electrolysis of water. Before explaining the electrolysis of water, I would like to give you a brief knowledge about the term electrolysis. So, the chemical effect induced due to the passage of current in any electrolyte is called as electrolysis. So now, we are going to study the electrolysis of water. That when we pass electric current into the water or acidified water, will there be any change or not? And if yes, then what would be the change? And how would we observe that change or chemical effect? Right? So now, when electric current is passed through the water, it splits up into its ions called as hydrogen and oxygen. This is called as electrolysis of water. Now, to study the electrolysis of water, we have to see first the experimental setup of electrolysis of water. In this setup, we have taken cathode and anode. This cathode and anode are connected to the terminals of the battery. In a vessel, we have taken an acidified water. We have taken water filled in two test tubes, and these test tubes are kept at inverted positions towards anode and the cathode respectively. As soon as we switch on the circuit, the current starts flowing in the electrolyte, as a result of which the water becomes heated up and it begins to dissociate into hydrogen plus ions and oxygen negative ions. And children, we are very much aware of the fact that in the liquids, the electric current is constituted due to the flow of ions. So this is splitting of hydrogen ion and the oxygen ion gives us the electrolysis of water. Now we will observe that oxygen when negatively charged, it will try to seek towards the anode, and hydrogen when positive ion will drift towards the negatively charged cathode. Therefore, we will see or observe the bubble formation at the cathode and anode. Now again, a question arises that which gas will be at anode and which will be at cathode. So oxygen, as I said, oxygen being negatively charged, it will move towards the positive charge, that is anode. Therefore, the bubble which are rising in the test tube of the anode will be the oxygen gas bubbles. And at the cathode, the gas bubbles would be for hydrogen gas. So children, I hope that you are much clear with the process of electrolysis of water. So students, in this session, we have discussed about the chemical effects of electric current and electrolysis of water. Now, I leave you here with a question that where we have seen the application of electrolysis in our day-to-day life or around us.